So we have the Tyshawn, the Tyshawn Low, and the Tyshawn 2. And we need to figure out which ones are the best ones, which ones you guys should check out. So in my personal opinion, I'm going to tell you guys today which one is the undisputed best Tyshawn to skate. But before we do that, I know you guys are thinking, how can you tell us which one is the best one if you haven't skated the Tyshawn Low? So I have a skated pair of Tyshawn Lows here. Let's check out the Tyshawn Low footage, and I'm going to talk about this shoe, and then we're going to break down what's the best Tyshawn. So now that you guys have seen the footage, hopefully you guys like the footage, let's talk about this Tyshawn Low, how it skated for me, and I'm going to talk about which one I think is the best. So the Tyshawn Low is literally the Tyshawn, the very first model, except for it's going to be a two-piece toe and it's going to be a low-cut cup sole shoe. There's no real big differences other than the fact that it's a two-piece toe box and it is a cup sole. With this specific model I have in hand, it's an all suede pair with the stripes being made of leather, the tongue being made of mesh all the way up until the top where it's made of suede, and then a back hit is going to be not a mesh but a different type of material. Can't really think of the material, so we're just going to roll with textile. The cool thing about this pair is that it's that half light blue, half dark blue, so it looked really sick on foot, especially when these are brand new, fresh out the box. They were a really sick looking pair of shoes. But as you guys can see, I choked the shoe out to make sure it stays on my foot, and I will say that the first thing I did not like about this shoe is the fact that I did have to choke it out. I didn't feel like there was enough lacing holes to really like hold my foot down like the original Tyshawn does, and I feel like I had the same issue in the Tyshawn 2 now that I think about it as well. But outside of that, I mean, when it was tightened, it felt great on foot. The only other thing I really didn't like about this shoe is that I'm not a huge fan of the Adidas original insole. I understand why they put this simple insole in the shoe, and that's because most of your impact is coming from this midsole and sole combination, which is really good. It definitely eats your impact, it eats a lot of primo. I just don't like how it feels personally. Outside of that, the sole treading is pretty good. It lasted throughout the life of the shoe, which I skated this shoe for about 3 weeks. Maybe a little bit more, like 4. I think it was about 3 weeks in this shoe. And the durability of the shoe speaks for itself. I did flap down the toe box area, but I normally do that when it's a two-piece toe box, which is why I tend to try to stray away from those. And that's just me literally taking apart the stitching so it just falls off. If I shoe glued it, it probably wouldn't go anywhere. It probably would last way longer, and this shoe could definitely still be skated right now for probably another month maybe. I'm being generous there. Let's say about 2 weeks, 3 weeks max if I'm like kick flipping on time, all that good stuff. I say this all to say that the Tyshawn Low is a really good skate shoe. It's durable, it's dope. The only other thing I will say I don't like about this Tyshawn line, and it's something that happens in the original Tyshawn 2, and I think it could be a little bit of a defect, is I have seen sole breakage before from these shoes. I don't know if it's a temperature thing, I don't know if it's how it lands. I've realized that if you do that side to side movement from time to time, you can overshoot the sole just a bit. It's kind of rare to get into those positions with the shoe, but I've only gotten to that position one time with this shoe. I did not like that feeling, and I wanted to have just a little bit more lateral support in the shoe. Outside of that, great shoe. Tyshawn Low, reviewed right here. You guys have seen me review the green Tyshawn's when those came out, and he upgraded the shoe since then. I've skated another pair of the Tyshawn Mid, essentially, and it was cool. I wasn't really moved any more than I was when I was skating the green pair, and I've skated the Tyshawn 2, which you guys have recently seen that review, and if you haven't, I urge you guys to check it. Which one is the best? Undisputably, I'm going to kick out the Tyshawn 2. And I hate to say it because I know it's Adidas' newest model, but it's just not received as well as the Tyshawn and the Tyshawn Low. And I personally believe that the Tyshawn and Tyshawn Low skate better over a longer period of time than the Tyshawn 2. Now, between the Tyshawn Low and the Tyshawn, I have to say the best one out of the two, undisputed, Tyshawn. The Tyshawn, it's a mid-top. I'm a fan of mid-top shoes, but overall, that clean one-piece toe is just better for me. It doesn't play with your flick at all. So once you figure out your flick in the Tyshawn, it's gonna stay consistent in that one-piece upper, and it just is a way cleaner look with a lot more lace holes, so then you have more places to tighten up your shoes so you don't have to choke out the very top. So with that being said, the Tyshawn wins in that category, and it just looks sicker. The colorways have been really, really sick, and I think they just release more of the Tyshawn than they do the Tyshawn Low and the Tyshawn 2. I think the way that they blend the materials and the way they made that skate shoe look is more like Tyshawn, whereas the Tyshawn 2 is more like Lucas Pugh. I feel like if Lucas had that shoe, that would have been like way better received by the community because they look more like his previous shoes versus this shoe looking, I don't know. It doesn't really, to me, fit Tyshawn. The colorways fit him. The overall way he rocks it looks right, but it doesn't feel like a Tyshawn when I hold that shoe. It feels like a Lucas. Out of a scale of 1 to 10, all three of these shoes could range you anywhere from a 7 to a 9 guaranteed, without a doubt, unless you're just not a fan of cupsole shoes that are just a little bit thicker on the sole. If you have skated the Tyshawn Low, or the Tyshawn 2, let me know in the comments what's your favorite pair and why. Maybe it's something that Adidas could use to better make the shoe, or even make a better pair for Tyshawn in the future, maybe make him a 3 that is going to like rock skateboarding or something of that nature. I don't know. I'm just curious. I like talking shoes, so I like to see you guys' comments and what you guys think and where the community's head's at when it comes to skateboarding shoes. So yeah, that's it. That is the review, the comparison. I don't even know what I'm really calling this video here. If you enjoyed this video though, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed already, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Make today your day. See you in the next one.